Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Slcmof, and I'm back again within the video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Season of Infamy DLC. That's probably going to be the last DLC pack that we get in Batman Arkham Knight, and if not the last, then the Dark Knight skin is probably going to be the very last thing right after the Season of Infamy DLC. Basically, late December is when we should expect it. So my last DLC predictions video I made about the Catwoman DLC, which still is not out yet, by the way, it's going to be coming out late October, but I was quite surprised by the amount of people that were actually interested in watching that video, and I had a good amount of feedback on that video as well. Now that was the more kind of prediction side of what I think it's actually going to be. This one I want to focus on that as well, of what I think it's actually going to be, but also kind of my hopes blended in as well, and what I actually want it to be. By the way, for those of you guys who actually watched one of my videos a while back talking about how I had big news and that kind of thing, it was actually about the Nightwing DLC review in which I proceeded to rant about it. But anyway, I was basically saying that I had big news to announce. I wasn't going to announce it quite yet. Well, I can say now that I can announce that news, and you've seen it on Twitter. If you saw on Twitter, then you already know. But if you do not follow me on Twitter, which you can do, I'll link you in the description below, I'm actually partnered by Loot Crate now, and this is my first major kind of partnership, sponsorship kind of thing, whatever you'd like to call it. And I'm really excited about this because, like I said, I've had multiple companies kind of ask me if they want me to do a partnership, that kind of thing. But many of them I didn't really know, or I did know, and I know they weren't very good, or that kind of thing. So this is the first real sponsorship that I've ever had, and all those other ones I've turned down because I know that they maybe weren't the most reputable, maybe not the best, or maybe I just didn't even know about them or what they are, or wanted to endorse the product if I didn't know about them. But Loot Crate, of course, is one very well known, and of course I jumped on the opportunity when given it. So I really do appreciate Loot Crate for partnering me. If you're interested in ordering a Loot Crate box, I'll be getting mine soon, and I'll be doing an unboxing video, everything like that, just like you see normal partners do, Loot Crate partners. You can follow the link in the description below, and it'll be like my special link or whatever, and you can also use my code Slcmof, S-L-C-M-O-F, I should have it on the screen right now, if you are interested in ordering a Loot Crate, and you get 10% off as well, I do believe, if you use that code. So I really do appreciate it if you guys are interested in doing so, and you have any questions about Loot Crate, I can pretty much answer them pretty well. I'm not an expert on it yet, it's just my first month being partnered with them, but I'll try to do the best I can. So let's get my hopes out of the way of the Season of Infamy DLC. My hope is 3 to 4 hours. Now, realistically, it's going to be 2. I think realistically it's going to be 2. If it's less than that, I would be disappointed, I will be honest with you. If it's less than 2 hours, I think it's a little sparse, considering you have 6 villains, mega villains, Mad Hatter, Killer Croc, etc. So, big name villains. If it's not 2 hours plus, then I think that we kind of got shortchanged. That's just me, and I would not be surprised if it's less than 2 hours, but I expect it to be 2. My hope is 3 to 4. I don't think they'll do less than 2. I don't think so. And if they do, I would be surprised. Another hope that I have that also contrasts directly with that of what I think will actually happen is a boss fight centric experience. I think that I want it to have a lot of boss fights because of course we lacked those in Arkham Knight. And in my previous video, people freaked out when I said, I didn't really think the fact that Arkham Knight didn't have a lot of boss fights wasn't that big of a deal. And people freaked out like, oh, it's the reason the game sucked, blah, blah, blah. But to me, I thought the game was, of course, very good and good without the boss fights. And I felt that some of the boss fights in previous games were actually superfluous, meaning not necessary. And I think that in Arkham Knight, they tried to create a more cinematic experience. I think in some respects it succeeded quite well at doing so. But as for the Season of Infamy DLC, because so many people just said they really want, kind of boss battles, that kind of thing, and people really said, where's the boss battles in Arkham Knight, that kind of thing, I really think that they're going to focus heavily on them, and I think almost every boss, including Killer Croc, Prometheus, those kind of, big names that we can really expect. Mad Hatter, we might get a kind of like trippy, kind of boss fights that we got in Arkham City. I think most all the bosses, if not all of them, all 6 of them, are going to have boss fights, and the ones that we know from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, maybe we have one Mr. Freeze, kind of intellectual kind of boss fight. I don't know who that would, maybe Mad Hatter, I could see that. And then, kind of the big combat Prometheus battle fight, Killer Croc maybe, just like a hands-on, really combat-centric boss fight. And I think that I would really like that, especially for a character like Killer Croc or Prometheus. Now, briefly, I would like to contrast my hopes with what I think will actually happen in terms of the actual location that the Season of Infamy DLC will be taking place. My hope is that we get a new area in Gotham, particularly some of the islands. You know, if you look out and you get on top of Wayne Tower, you can look around. There's a lot of area in Gotham that we have not explored and not been able to play. We really are playing just a small portion of Gotham. Obviously, it's not very big, so it's not the entire city. My hope is that we get to unlock new islands, and the events of the Season of Infamy DLC actually take place on those islands. Another hope that I have, if it's not taking place on other islands, then it takes place in Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. Now, you guys might have known this was coming. Of course, my dream boss fight, you know, Killer Croc underground, the Arkham Asylum sewer system, Mad Hatter in Arkham City, etc. You know, those kind of boss fights in which we are in the previous places in which we met those bosses in previous iterations of the game, I think that would be absolutely excellent. What do I think will happen, however? I think that it will not be free roam, and I don't think we'll have a new island of Gotham. That would take entirely too long. Realistically, I'm just being real here. I don't think that will happen. That's just a total far-fetched dream that I have, really. It's not going to be free roam, and the reason it can't be free roam is because they would have to create an entire new area of a map. And like I said, if they were to create an entire new area of a map, it would have to fit in 6 distinct locations for each of these bosses to occur at. Another thing, I don't think all the bosses will be united together. I don't think these villains are going to be working in synchrony with one another. I think it's going to be very much like Arkham City. You know, Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, they're all doing different things within the city, or they all have different goals. I think that's going to be the case in the Season of Infamy DLC as well. And I think that each character, or villain rather, will pose a interesting and challenging kind of take on Batman's basically persona, and they're going to challenge him in a different way. But realistically, I think the story will follow a linear path, and I don't think that there will be free roaming. I think it will be, for example, after you, have the Mad Hatter boss fight, it will just have a cutscene, and then you will maybe, like, not teleport, but you know what I mean. You will just appear at the next location in which you're going to meet Prometheus, for example. So I don't think you will be actually, like, you know, riding the Batmobile from Arkham City all the way across to this new island that we never explored. It's nothing like that. There's no way they can actually do that realistically. I think that it will be a very linear story, and I don't think there will be any free roaming in it. So ultimately, guys, at this point, I've really kind of given up on the Gotham stories. I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I'm looking forward to the Catwoman DLC, but as you guys heard from my predictions on the Catwoman DLC, I'm not expecting much. My expectations are very low, which may mean that I may actually be somewhat satisfied for the first time with the Arkham Knight Story Pack DLC, more specifically the Story Pack DLC. I was about to say the DLC entirely, which would not be true. The Batmobile DLC and the Skins DLC has all been pretty good. I don't think it's worth my $40 yet, but we're about to see. We still have 3 more months of Arkham Knight DLC, so I really hope that the Catwoman DLC and most likely upcoming Robin DLC, let's just be honest, Tim Drake Robin, of course, DLC is good, long, has a plot, that kind of thing. Again, I'm not, you know, trying to get myself excited about it, because that happened before the Nightwing DLC and the Batgirl DLC, both of which I was pretty let down for, and that's basically the best I can say. So, are you looking forward to the Season of Infamy DLC? Again, for me, I'm actually looking forward to this. I think that it will be good. I do think it will be good. I'm really hoping so. Again, Rocksteady, if you're watching this, I know it's probably too late, and it's probably, you know, sitting in a file somewhere on your super encrypted computer or whatever, but I really hope that this is good, and I hope that it has a plot, you know, stuff actually happens, and it contributes to the existing canon Arkhamverse, that kind of thing. So anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like button. Let me know your thoughts on what will actually happen in this Season of Infamy DLC, and how that's maybe different from what you want to happen. The reality versus your kind of imagination of what you would like to see. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like button. My name's Slcmof, and we'll see you later.